Hello, everybody. I am SunPsychic Jean, and please welcome Daphne from Relax with Daphne. Hello, Miss Daphne.
Hi there, Jean. It is always such a pleasure to be on your channel. I love reading with you. I feel like we have real symmetry and synchronicity and all the things you need to do a good job for your audience. I just love it. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, thank you for coming and collaborating, and it's mutual. The feeling is mutual for sure. I love having you here. You offer such a breath of fresh air and a depth of knowledge that I have skimmed across, but you bring me into that knowledge and really allow it to resonate with me and verify a lot of the feelings and knowings that I have. It's beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
So welcome everybody. We're going to be doing readings today. We're going to do a short presentation and information that Daphne wants to share with us. That's wonderful information. And then we're going to go into the reading. So go ahead and put your hashtag 2026 for a reading, and we're going to do the random generator. So you guys can go ahead and go and do that. And Michelle Krantz is here. Hi, Michelle. And Hinda is here. Nice to see you. Shine Truth is here early. Thank you very much for being here. And Secret Charlotte is here. Nice to see you. Aw.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you very much. So Daphne, it's an amazing time of year, a new opportunity to begin again, and this 2026 is a 1 year as well, and I feel like it's an invitation to begin something new, to create something that has never been created before. It's very inspiring, and it's our time to make our own choices, I feel. And I think that maybe some of your messages may be coinciding with that.
I think so too. And, one of the messages that I get over and over from guidance and from the cards and from the nature spirits, I saw someone reference nature there, love that, is that both things can be true. The world can be an absolute mess, and the timeline could be frenetic and accelerated. And we can slow down and breathe and connect to spirit, connect to nature, and shape our lives and our interactions with other people in a way that expands the soul. So both things can be true at once. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Daphne has some information here that she would like to share. So I'm just going to add this to the stage, and Daphne, you can proceed.
Yes, thank you. Over on my channel, Relax with Daphne, we do a Wednesday night meditation. And for every Wednesday in December, I asked my guides for a message for the collective. And I specifically said, how do we get through 2026, not only in one piece, but having made some strides in our spiritual growth and in our personal happiness and our personal health and wellness. And so the very first week, I drew the card of abundance. This incredible card hints at so many things. Not only the abundance of the material world, but also the feminine spirit and compassion, and also our personal comfort, right? Like, look at her. She's in a very comfy dress. She's reclining on some pillows. She's very happily looking over a full crop of wheat, so people will be fed. I just love this card. And our intention was that to assume our rights as human beings, our full rights. We have to assume that we have full rights as human being, and that we are going to do our best to embody the wisdom of the Empress. And to me, this card speaks of our relationship with nature and with the earth. We are here specifically on this planet. Our form of being does not exist on other planets as far as we know. And the earth takes beautiful care of us. And every time I think of how we are meant to be here and we belong here, I think about trees, because trees and human beings are perfectly balanced. We breathe out carbon dioxide, they take it in and give back oxygen. I mean, it's so simple, it's so obvious. The earth loves us, we belong here. So the second message that I got for the collective was the star, which I absolutely love this card. And it is the mercy and grace of second chances and following our own soul star to a higher level of consciousness. The two streams of water being poured out in this card, this isn't the Rider-Waite-Smith card, but it still embodies that image of water being poured onto the land, water being poured into water. We have a choice, as Jean said. We have a choice about how we're going to move through 2026 in control of our personal space, in control of our personal happiness, in control of our personal choices. And if you feel like you have made bad choices in the past, I mean, who hasn't, right? If you feel like you have wasted your opportunity, this card is telling us we have not. And even to our last breath on this planet, we have an opportunity to heal, to connect with spirit, to connect with love, to express love fully. So these two cards, the Empress and the Star, coming up as the guiding principles of our collective 2026, I just couldn't have asked for more. So the third week, it gets a little bit more personal. So if you could pop up message 3, this is the last card of the 5 that came upright. And the subsequent 2 are, we have to turn that frown upside down. But I absolutely love the energy of this card because it is somebody who is stirring up good trouble. And this is a youthful, curious, agile, intellectual card. The swords are about, in this card, and my interpretation of this message is not only about our communication skills and our intellect, but it is also cutting through BS, right? And I think this is part of what Spirit wants from us. They want us to stand on our own 2 feet, to look around and decide what is worthy, what is true, what is beautiful, what is necessary for ourselves. So I think Spirit is giving us a lot of free will, a lot of power over our own discernment, and also the responsibility that comes with that power. And so week 4, traditionally, this card, the Ace of Pentacles, very powerful card. The traditional meaning is perfect contentment, felicity, ecstasy, speedy intelligence, and gold, literally gold. And the reverse is all the bad stuff that comes with the love of money, with greed, with great riches. We've seen some very terrible behavior by people who have tremendous abundance, right? They're not sharing, they're not taking care of people. And I think that's what this card is telling us. And if you go to message 4.2, the modern interpretation of this card in the upright is about our physical health and well-being and all the abundance that we need in the material world, and also manifesting our dreams, right? On the reverse, we have corruption, scams, prosperity without happiness, as one of my tarot teachers says. And when I formulated an intention, if you want to go to the next slide, Jean, my intention was that we will find a way in our personal lives to turn this card upright. I think that's why Spirit is telling us that this stuff is happening in the collective energy. And we need to successfully steward our own wealth or lack thereof, right? We need to learn how to manage our money and take care of our money. We need to protect ourselves from scams. We can't just bumble around assuming that every text and email that we receive is meant to help us. A lot of it's meant to hurt us. And yet there is tremendous confidence available to us. As soon as we look at things with a more discerning eye, we have greater power to care not only for ourselves, but the people we love. And that comes into play in message number 5, when for the last message from Spirit for the collective in 2026 was about the 4 of Wands being upside down. Okay. And one of this is, one of the predominant feelings in this card is feeling like our family and loved ones are a burden and that we don't have the money to take care of everybody. And we have conflicts in our family, in our community, in our romantic relationships. We don't want to make a commitment. We certainly don't want to tell people if we have. And it also means very small wins and private celebrations, right? And we are seeing this not only on the personal level, but on the public level, right? Conflict between groups of people, financial instability, feeling like people are a burden, right? Why are we going around saying that empathy is a terrible quality? We're not saying that. That is not true. And we need to take care of people in our community as well. So the next card is about what we can look forward to and we can insist upon. So if we want to turn this energy around on a personal level, and I think everything we do on a personal level ripples out into public life, is we need to be honest and candid about our relationships. We need to be proud of them. We need to commit with courage and honesty. And again, going back to taking care of our own financial business and taking care of the people we love. And maybe it's not family. I don't have any kids, and I see my neighbors as part of my community and part of my extended family. How am I taking care of the people around me? It is a beautiful card in that everything is small about this card. Yes, there's an enormous castle. Yes, there's an enormous garland hovering over these people, but the community is where it's at for us, right? Just everyday people, the people you see in the grocery store, the people you see when you're at work. How do we make the most of these opportunities to be kind, to be comfortable with each other, to talk to each other, to slow down and not immediately react? So the intention I wrote for this one, if you want to do the last one, is that we're going to pay attention to those financial foundations, because it's an important part of creating that community and creating the partnerships of our dreams, right? Whether it's a marriage, a friendship, a new business, we need to nourish and help each other to achieve the mutual growth and satisfaction that we want for ourselves in 2026. So overall, the messages I was getting from Spirit for the collective for 2026 were, yes, big things are going to be happening on a global level, but as individuals, we have so much control over our day-to-day experience, right? Whether we choose to help each other, whether we choose to be kind, whether we choose to protect ourselves, right? Like self-harm is so last year, right? We need to take care of ourselves and take care of the people we love. And the people we love might be far away. So, let's take care of the people that we meet at the grocery store and at the post office, and just being more confident in your power. That's the overall message that I'm getting. And the first two cards that we got, the Empress and the Star for second chances and abundance, it really is going to be a very good year. And I loved how you were talking about a 1 year, because that's fresh starts, that's new beginnings, that's getting rid of stuff that you don't need anymore. And we move through these energies together, right? So all of us are moving forward. So I hope some of those messages resonated with you. And I want to point out that there's no towers, there's no war, there's no pestilence, there's none of the apocalyptic things. That's not what's happening in 2026. Yes, confusion, chaos, miscommunication, scams, financial abuse, it's all happening. And we have the power to be vigilant on our own behalf and to live the lives that we want to live. So
It's about taking accountability and being brave enough to make those choices and letting go of the systems that we've been leaning on or relying on, or
yeah,
assuming somebody else is going to do it, or assuming somebody else is going to take care of that, or assuming that we get this when we cross this threshold. It's about being intentional and having accountability and building the life that we want and that we want our neighbors to have as well. It's not about what comes for us. It's what not what comes to me. It's about what comes to us. And
yes.
it's mhm.
And I think that's a really difficult transition for some people to make, especially when, some of us have been hearing these messages of rugged individualism our whole life. It's like, oh, you got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and you got to make it happen for yourself. And yes, and and there's also the saying that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together, right? And we want to go far. We want to move forward and express our souls in a way that lifts humanity up. That's where I'm going. I bet if you're here to get a message from your spirit guides on making the most of 2026, you're there too.
And it's
So,
not about just looking at one individual to make your life right. It's about you
yeah,
making your life right
yeah,
and expecting or being the example for others as well. I know that the trust and all of this accountability in the very beginning, that very first slide or two, and I felt like, well, in order for us to develop this telepathy, which is coming in, we need to be honest and truthful to ourselves and to others. We need to have accountability and community mindset. Um, and this telepathy cannot be with a deceit. There's no deceit when we have telepathy. It is about honest communication and genuine uh, good intentions. So anything else will not survive because the telepathy that we're moving into and that type of a communication through energy is will the only when you are have integrity and have intention and have um a global mindset that we will survive in that energy. Those who do not, those who are still deceitful, they'll be, you can see right through them. They won't be able to hide anymore. And it's the way of the future. And I know that the majority of us, because my spirit guides always tell me, and I know that Daphne and I both have these rose-colored glasses, but we'll share them with you. But my spirit guides have told me we already made it. We're just going through the end times. They can see that we've already made it. They can see that we've already evolved into this new humanity, this new energy, this new frequency, this new way of being human. And it's all across the world. It's very, very exciting. Now, it does not come without destruction or breakdown of old systems that were not in our highest good, where they were comfortable, they were expected, but they weren't good for all. They were only good for some. So unless you have a system or a plan that is good for all, has that equality, then that is something that will stand the test of time. Anything that is set up like this dual justice system, anything that is not good for all will not survive because we're
yes.
coming into this community based energy.
I could not agree more. And I love what you're saying about telepathy because I have long believed that humans are hardwired for mental telepathy. And if you want to test it for yourself, if you have a cat or a dog, you already have a telepathic being in your house and you can practice. You can send them particular thoughts and see how they react. It's really fun to do that. But you also have to think, you have to be very, very mindful of your thoughts because they will know if you're thinking about, doing something harmful or stupid, right? They know. They absolutely know. So,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was so good. Thank you very much, Daphne. So
You're
did you
welcome.
want to bring up the elder okay.
Yeah, I'd
One
love to.
one more
Um,
right after this next slide, everybody. We're going to get into readings. Please put hashtag 2026 if you would like a reading. And the readings are going to be all the same. They're going to be messages from your guides on making the most of 2026. Okay, so when you choose your name, we're going to connect with your guides regarding this. Okay.
I think that's going to be really fun because yesterday when we were chatting about this on email, I kept getting other people's guides popping in, and
Oh,
they're excited about this. So this will be fun.
on email. On
Well,
email?
didn't we? Didn't you? I sent
Oh,
you an
you and
email
I, you and
about,
I.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
You and
yeah.
I. Oh my
And
God.
as soon as I loved your question about, how can we make the most of 2026, and people's guides started showing up. So
Oh,
your guide is here. You're, yeah,
right.
but
Absolutely.
do you want to talk about elderberry? Okay, all right. So, Jean, I'm a plant person, right? And one of the ways that I help my clients is with flower essences. They're so beautiful and so helpful, so multidimensional in their healing energy that they offer us. And I've been working with elderberry since the winter solstice. This is a plant that is often referred to as the chalice of light. And it is very healing and helpful for people who have seasonal affective disorder. They're depressed in the winter. They feel really let down during the holidays and afterwards. This plant, I'm just getting chills. This plant wants us to make it through winter with confidence and our own comfort, right? In our confidence. So on Friday nights from 7 to 7:30 Pacific, I do a healing circle with elderberry. I've done two so far, and the first one focused on what the plant is bringing through. And the second one was about the lore behind the plants. And I don't know what the next three are going to be about. We'll do a meditation. We'll share the essence etherically. You don't have to buy this essence if you don't want to. You can just partake of it when I lead the meditation. But if you choose to get this essence, so helpful. I really love the one from Green Hope Farm because it's made with a very mild type of vinegar. I don't know what type of vinegar they use. So it's good for dry January if you're doing that. It's a vegan preparation if you're doing veganuary. Any of your resolutions line up with that. And it's just so gentle and peaceful. And like I said, I don't know what elderberry is going to bring through the next 3 Fridays, but I've really been enjoying opening up to this plant and allowing it to speak through me. And Jean, you said that you did one of my meditations with this.
Yes, it was very moving, and I was quite inspired and really just drawn into the essence and the way that you were describing it and offering it and noting all of its benefits, and then allowing us to sort of invite it in. And it is a spiritual essence. It is the tree. It is the spirit of this tree, not and the physical essence, the physical benefits, but it's also the spiritual essence. And this is really important because all sentient beings here in this world, we will be communing with. Like it's almost like we ignore the trees and plants around us as we go about our day. But now it's going to be much more, we will be able to feel the vibration of the frequency of the plants. And oh, they're telling me this is going to be the new medicine that we're going to be tuned in so that we can tell which plants and which trees and which medicine, so to speak, which remedies will be best for our suited for us based on our resonance to this. So if
Yes.
you would to present pine to me, you would present birch to me, and then you would present elderberry to me. And whichever one I resonate with would be the one that is most necessary for me to commune with, either on a spiritual level, on an energetic level, or in a physical level. And tell us a little bit more about the essences and how they're derived.
Flower essences are really interesting. We've had them up for about 100 years. They were developed by a microbiologist and physician in England, Dr. Bach. And it looks like Bach, but it's Bach. And he was trying to help people coming back from World War I that were what we would call today just shattered by PTSD and CPTSD. And he had a revelation that the qualities of different flowers could help these people. And how they are traditionally made is spring water is in a a clear bowl, and there's flowers lying on the top of it, and then the sun comes through the flowers and charges the water with the energy of the flowers, right? And then that water is used to make multiple iterations of the essence. So there's almost no plant material involved. And part of why I chose to work with flower essences rather than essential oils, which I also love, but the cost to the environment to make a flower essence is very small. You use very little material from the plants, and at the end you return that material to the plants so that it can, be composted and go back into the soil. It's a very gentle interaction with the earth, and the essences themselves are incredibly powerful, and yet they're quite subtle. So you might not even notice. Like when I first started doing this work, I took St. John's wort flower essence, not the tea, not the physical plant, but the essence for a month. And at the end of the month, I was reflecting, and it's like, wow, everybody was so nice this month. I met so many wonderful people. Everybody was so kind. And the plant was like, are you sure you just weren't nicer? And you got nicer reactions from people, right? So it's very multidimensional, right? And very spherical, the experience we have with flower essences. So it's just another really wonderful way to help people. And it goes with anything else you might be doing with your doctor, your nutritionist, your therapist. Flower essences complement that work. And you'll know which ones are right for you because, like you were saying, Jean, this is something, oh, thank you. Yeah, something that you resonate with. And you can see the light going through that bowl. And if you look in the lower left-hand corner where the little light is shining through, yes, wow. So the sun is putting light photons through the plant material into the water. The water is transformed and structured by the energy of the flowers. And we have essences for almost anything right now. I mean, I know we're not talking about flower essences. I could talk to you about flower essences all day long. But if you're interested in the experience of flower essences, this Friday at 7, I'll be doing another elderberry healing circle. And I'd love to hear what you guys think. Come over, check it out. Tell me what you think.
Yeah. It's Relax with Daphne. Please do go on over and subscribe. You will not be disappointed. She offers so much really important, and it really just on a different level, on another level, information that is just really beautiful and very unheard of to be given at no additional charge. And it's really useful information. And I do feel as though it's the wave of the future, or it's always been that way, but now we're getting back to it. Don't you feel that way? Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah. We have an ancient relationship with plants and with nature, and it's time to rediscover it. This is a great year to get into it.
All right. So let's get on to the good stuff, everybody. Thank you all for being here and for putting in your 2026. And we're going to do the first 3, and then we'll do the next
Just
couple.
Visiting. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you.
Richleen.
Yay, spiritual birds.
Richleen, how did you know you were going to be called? She said, was I called yet? And somebody else said, yes. Honest to God. Let me just see. Oh, no, Mona said, was I called yet? Okay. Here, let's draw again. And thanks again, everybody, for being here. Ascending Universe Butterfly, Richleen, Motively, Shine Truth, Sherry M. Thank you all for being here. Hinda. Thank you.
Yes, you are. You are a winner, SunPsychic Jean.
Oh my God.
The universe just wanted to remind you.
I should play the lottery now, right? And Mr. J is here, Lisa Davies, Shine Truth, Jan A. So nice to see everybody. Thank you all for coming. And
Just
Secret
visiting.
Charla.
Violets for roses.
Violets is next.
Oh, that's
and then
beautiful.
I'm just going to do one more, and then I'll do the next one after we're done there. And just let me know that you're here. Richleen and Violets, just let me know that you're still here. And Ascenda Universal. Congratulations to everybody. And how do I do that? Oh, here it is. We're doing messages from your guides on making the most of 2026. So the first one is Richleen.
I am here. That feels like a declaration to the universe. I love that.
And before we get started on Richleen, I just wanted to mention I did put the link to the most recent YouTube video that Daphne posted. If you see me that I entered a link, it was way back there, but I did add the link there if anybody wants to check it out.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
You're welcome. Yeah. And please do go on over and subscribe to Daphne's channel. We need to, I mean, she's an amazing practitioner and healer, and we need to bring her up on YouTube so she can get up and running. There's certain things that are, you have to reach a certain threshold before you can do certain activities on YouTube. So we all want to make sure that we help her out. Okay, Richleen. Oh, you're welcome.
I'm a little bit different than a lot of my friends on YouTube, right? I don't necessarily come on and do tarot readings every week. I do sort of an eclectic mix of things. And what I'm seeing for Richleen right now is so interesting. Have you ever seen those commercials where they have like a bowl of grease, and then they drop a little drop of soap in it, and then the grease goes away and everything is left clear and clean around the drop? That is where I'm seeing Richleen. Like, she is in the center, and her intentions for peace, for harmony, for clarity, for whatever it is she wants in life, her energy is, chills, is rippling out and just making it happen. And again, coming into 2026 with the best of intentions, and your guides are suggesting that you should not aim low. It's time to aim higher than you thought. And what do they say? If you aim for the moon, you still land among the stars, right? So it doesn't really matter what the outcome is. What matters is that you practice living completely, fully in your truth and being as authentic. And I'm just seeing this beautiful vibration of self-worth, right? Like, this is something a lot of us have to work on. Am I worthy? Yes. You belong here. You're here for a reason. This is an important lifetime for you, Richleen. There's a lot going on with you. I mean, no matter what your life looks like on the outside, there is so much happening spiritually. And your guides want to remind you that you are working on your masterpiece, your masterwork. I hope that resonates. What do you think, Jean?
Yeah. So I was getting that you're going to be getting or working on your clarity. You're going to be practicing so that you gain more clarity, and that your discernment will be an asset and a tool that you rely on. Your own intuition and your own discernment, you'll be able to see things clearly. I feel as though, we all have this feeling of that the wools have been pulled over our eyes for so long. But I feel as though you're going to be able to gain this clarity that and it's a self-reliance. The clarity is about relying on your own tools and your own energy to tell you which way to go, what is true, what is not true, and what is best for Richleen. I feel like this direction, and I feel like maybe it's even a closer awareness of your guidance, and it's about following that guidance because you have the clarity. And it's sometimes it comes in with practice, but sometimes it comes in with, it's like a spontaneous aha. And from that moment forward, you'll know what it looks like now, and you'll be able to move forward with confidence. And that's what I see for you. So whatever it is that you feel uncertain about, and there is no certainty in humanity. Uncertainty is our natural state of being, and it's allowing that uncertainty and trusting ourselves and our spirit guides to guide us through that uncertainty is where we want to focus. But oh geez, she said I was on live chat on Purple Moon Tarot with Francine. Oh, okay. Oh, January 6th
Yeah.
at 6. Does that make sense for you, um,
I,
Daphne?
th- I think she was responding to the reading I was saying about living big.
Oh, oh, okay.
And I think it's so fascinating that we both got the message about clarity, right? Like the energy of clarity, the insistence upon clarity. Yeah, yeah, it's going to be a good year.
Yeah, good for you, Richleen. So next is violets for roses. And Miss Violets, hello, Sue Toffee. Thanks for being here. Hi, Lois. Nice to see you. You're welcome, Richleen. So, Violets, a message from her guides.
How to make the most of 2026. Um, I, I'm I'm seeing you cozy, tucked up in bed with people you love around the house. I don't know if you have daughters or nieces, young people that you care about and care for. I'm seeing an emphasis on those close relationships, and especially as young people grow, holding your love for them gently and letting them be themselves, and to just have whenever you look at them or interact with them, that gentleness, that loving grace that you bring to those relationships. I feel like that is really important this year. I don't know what's going on for them, but being a peaceful haven and a place of refuge for people in your life. Ooh, chills. I hope that means, I hope that is resonating for you.
Yeah, she said probably her family.
Yeah.
Hmm. So what I was getting for you, Miss Violets for Roses, is I see a new project. I see a lot of creativity and the desire to be creative and to begin something new. And I'm letting you know, even though we're still going through the end of whatever this is that we're working through, we all will have this inspiration of creativity and to build something new. And it is it is throughout the world, but within our own lives, within our own spiritual development, within our own personal practice, within our own interactions with life. And I feel as though we're all entrepreneurs to in the essence of ourselves, and that we're going to be developing something that we can offer to somebody else, whether or not we this is our main source of income or not. It's about being useful and being productive and sharing your creativity with others. It's um, it's really beautiful, and I don't know if you sew, but I do see you making some creations and being and like outside of the box and doing something new and something different. And it's because this drive inside of you, and this is about us being our authentic self and us following that nudge from our soul, and our soul's vibration always nudges us to be creative. And whatever that is for you is what's important for you to articulate, write, and create, whatever that might be. Um, this I had uh, Annie Bear on from Standing in the Light the other day, And she was telling us about that she did a journey, a spiritual journey, and it was a lesson that was really important to her, and that her elders would help her to illustrate this experience in natural textiles with feathers and rocks and paint and natural hide. And she created the journey that she felt, and she has had this piece of art throughout her whole life. But it's not only art, it's a piece of her experience, the piece of the wisdom that she was given. So I feel as though, even though it may not be something creating right now, like you're not going to be setting up an assembly line, it's something that you're going to create to represent who it is and what it is that you're moving into. So that was a really long one. That was really, okay. Yep. I don't see, but I do need to use my creativity more. Oh, I don't sew, she said, but okay. Yeah. Yeah. We
Yeah,
read typos.
there's a lot of ways to express that creativity, making a meal, setting the table. Like, I love to make invitations, right? Like, I don't have a lot of parties, but I love to make the invitations very unique, very specific to the event. So it doesn't matter how you express it. Our guides are so happy when we tap into that flow of energy that's coming straight from the universe. Like one of the early conversations I had with my guides, I was very suspicious. I was like, how do I know it's not just my imagination? And they're like, where do you think you get your imagination from? That's us. I'm like, oh, okay. So it's a great way to connect with our guides. Do anything creative, anything that just feels like flow. It could be, cooking, sewing, drawing, painting, writing. Mm-hmm. Going outside and, making a little mandala of stones on the earth, it all counts.
Beautiful, beautiful. So I'm going to go back over to the random generator. Ascending Universal is next, and I'm just going to pick the next two. So everybody put hashtag 26 if you're just now coming in, and if you want to be in the drawing for a reading. I love this random generator. Really does help. Creative Chick. So Creative Chick, if you're still here, let us know.
Very cool
I know.
avatar.
And after Creative Chick is Secret Charla. Congratulations.
Charla. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny the way they fake you out. They're like, oh, this one's going to win, and then they're like, nope, it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have thoughts about random generators. We'll have to have a different conversation about that.
Mm-hmm. And please do, if your name was called Creative Chick and Secret Charlotte, just let us know that you're still here. That'd be great. So next is Ascending Universal. Thank you for your patience.
Oh, those colors are gorgeous. And I love how the light on your avatar looks like it's coming down from above into your energetic sphere of being. So, sending Universal Butterfly, how to make the most of 2026, message from your guides. Oh, okay. Their energy, they're a little bossy, okay, your guides. You probably aren't surprised to hear that. But they are counseling a focus on the basics and getting, you might have some things that you've left undone, like some T's uncrossed, some I's undotted. And they are suggesting that you will be happier and feel more solid and more confident going forward if you tie up those loose ends. You know what they are. And it seems like a worse chore than it is. And you will yield a tremendous amount of satisfaction by just taking care of those little things. Because what you're really doing when you wrap up those details is you're reclaiming the energy from those situations, right? Like if you have something hanging over your head, always on your mind, always a source of stress in the background, you don't have energy to look forward and get excited about what's coming. So my feeling from them is that these things are important to do, and you have maybe chosen to do other things that are more flashy or exciting or fun in the moment, but they want to point out that you will feel very gratified and very satisfied once these things are taken care of. I hope that resonates. And, they're looking forward to turning, it's almost like you have to look backwards, take care of a few things, and then they're looking forward to you putting your energy into the future. Pull me up by the bootstraps, guys. Let's go. I love that. Yeah, so, not terribly glamorous things to do, but once they are taken care of, you'll be reclaiming that energy, and there will be new, fresh energy coming through, lots of inspiration ahead. That's what I have.
I do feel that there's we only have the English language and mine's very limited, but I feel like there's a little bit of a refinement, and it's not about bettering or improving. It's about leveling up and becoming more of your true essence. And I do feel as though there's going to be a lesson around competition or comparison. The comparison is the stealer of joy or the robber of joy. And I feel as though there may be something coming up in the early part of 2026 where you will have this opportunity to learn, oh yeah, that's just me judging myself or comparing myself against somebody else. And becoming more empowered in who you are and the way that you present. In whatever way that is, it is perfect in its unique individuality. And perhaps there is this challenge that comes up in order to reaffirm that this is who you are and not to compare. And I know that you know this on an intellectual level, but I feel as though there's going to be another round of opportunity for you to learn it in a different way. I do feel as though it's you being able to rely on yourself and having strength and you'll be more independent and understanding that there is nothing outside of you that is greater. There is only you that is equal to anything outside. I did give a reading earlier today with Ginny about Mother Mary, and when Mother Mary came in, she's saying, "Don't look for me here." She said, "Look for me here." She said, "It is your own divine guidance. I am only here as a mirror so that you can see your own divine feminine, your own divine essence." And it was her own higher self that was coming to remind her of her empowerment, of her potential. And I feel like this is coming up for you. Aw.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We'll take it. How powerful.
Yes.
Good job.
Very,
Well,
very good year. Very good year.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, Ascending Universal Butterfly. And next I have Creative Chick, and she's here. Thank you all for playing along. And she said she manifested the pool, the pool on the random generator. Good for you. I love that.
Me too. And yet, every time I'm tempted to buy a lottery ticket, my guides are like, "You already hit the lottery. Keep your dollar." Oh, Creative Chick Studios. I love that name. So I don't know if you actually have a studio or not, but I am seeing you in relationship with at least 2 other women. And there's a little bit of tug of war, deciding how to collaborate or how to move forward on a project. And your guides want you to know that this is healthy and good and will result in elevation of whatever project you decide to work on. I mean, you might decide not to collaborate, and that's okay too. But the process of it's almost like they're showing me like going to the gym, lifting weights, building the strength, right? The process of sharing ideas and talking over potential projects with other people is very good for you this year. And you will have a lot of opportunity to grow through partnerships. And, that's collaborative arts are not easy, right? Like I just spent a year working on an anthology with 8 other writers, and it was a tough year. And I learned so much. I wouldn't trade any of these experiences. And so for you in this year, whether you do solitary art or whether you are interested in trying to do something more community oriented, more collaborative, I think your guides are very excited about where you're going to take your creativity this year. They're showing me though, like a break, like don't tie your creativity to your wallet, right? Like they're saying these are two separate energies, both are important, but holding your creative self hostage by saying, I have to make money, or here's my financial goal. Yes, of course you can make money with your creativity, but just understand that those are two different energies to work with. And, yeah, I'm excited for you. I think this, when you look back on this year at the end of 2026, I think you're going to be amazed because they're showing me that you're climbing. Like, you will be at a totally different level by the end of the year. Thank you.
I concur. And I feel as though, as long as you keep dreaming and keep your goals in mind and keep your projects, not to yourself, but at hand. I feel as though you will have a sense of contentment, a sense of joy, a sense of satisfaction, and it's almost like a resolve that, oh, I don't have to work so hard. I don't have to try so hard. I just have to allow myself to follow this energy or these instincts or these intuitions and the guidance within me. It's there is no more battle for you. The battle is over, and the resolve and sitting in the seat of your soul and being happy with what you've worked on or what you are working on. And it's almost like a change of perspective. Like Daphne said, don't base your creativity on your wallet. And just that is so releasing. It releases you from all the hook on your creativity. Now that you could be creative, and because you always could do what you wanted, but because society has told us to link it to our wallet, and that's our worth, not our creativity. Your worth is in your creativity and your ability to express yourself in that manner and to be free with your expression. I think that the beautiful a pursuit of contentment will be yours, realized with satisfaction in this year to come, Miss Creative Chick Studios. And please do come back and tell me. Yeah, let us know. So thank you. That was really very inspiring. So next I have is Secret Charla. And I think we might have time for one or two more. What do you think, Daphne? Yeah. Okay. So let me just do the random generator one more time, you guys, and we'll come right to Secret Charla.
Yeah. And I'll remind people that if you're here and you're listening to messages, there's something in it for you too. Even if you don't get a personal message, not only did we have the collective message above, but I'm getting some benefit from every reading we're doing. I love listening to what Jean sees, and I love being in the energy of the people who are winning the readings. It's really, really beneficial for everybody. Hi, Jan. I just saw Jan go by. Mona La Seraphim. Ooh. And look at that gorgeous hair.
So Sharon O'Brien and Mona Lee If you both can just let me know that you're still here, that would be wonderful. Thank you. And we will proceed with Secret Charla.
Secret Charla, you have the most interesting guides. Like one of them, I mean, he's showing me that he's almost like a transformer. Like his essence is to move from being in one state to another. It's not shape shifting. It's literally taking the building blocks and rearranging them. And for whatever reason, this is of value to you, or he wouldn't be your guide, right? Sorry. The message that I'm getting from him is that you have all the components you need, but standing on your hands and looking at the pile of tools and skills and opportunities you have and looking at them in a totally unique way and build something unique to you. Like, you know, they are reminding me that you are a force of nature and you know, an entity unto yourself, marching to your own drummer, all the things we say about wonderfully creative people who show up as their authentic selves. And you have guides to match. And so I don't know if you spend time with them every day, trying to hear them and connect with them and develop the vocabulary of communication with your guides. But I can see that if you are already starting to do that, it's going to be amazing. And it's going to be such a great way to go through life at every turn, right? So 2026, I mean, that was just pretty much a grand gesture. They're orienting me to your energy. And in 2026, I mean, you're used to this. You're used to people not really understanding you. And that's okay. For the most part, you can work with it. But I feel like in 2026, you're going to be more like people are going to accept you more, and they're going to see the gifts that you bring to the situation, and you can help them. You can create a little bit easier access for them, right? Like it's okay to start with the small talk and then dazzle them with your unique qualities. So I think this is going to be a great year for you to find ways to build bridges with people. And it's not that you don't have to, but there's so many benefits to you and to the people around you if you are able to create access points for them, because you have so much to share. You have such a unique viewpoint. And yeah, I just think you're a gift to the world, but people don't know it because they don't know necessarily how to relate to you. I hope this is resonating because I think you're just such an interesting person. And she's saying, I do connect with my guides every day, but could do it more. Just started doing automatic writing. Yeah. I think you're going to find a dozen ways to connect to your guides. They have a lot of tricks up their sleeves, and you are well suited for each other. And I just think it's an amazing love affair that is going to yield some very surprising results. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you at the end of the year and see what came of all this. I think some really, really cool stuff's going to come out of it.
I feel like she's going to start teaching and mentoring and sharing her wisdom. And this is she said, you are a science teacher and just started on my spiritual path. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Science is a form of magic, and we just, love it. Oh, this is amazing.
They're linked for sure.
Yeah.
And it's that analytical mind that is, it's that hypothesis or that wonderment and that intuitive or investigative mind is what I meant to say. The investigative mind is what's really key and can cross boundaries there. But I do see a lot of vitality, a lot of fun, a lot of joy and warmth for you. I see that you becoming more of who you are unapologetically, authentically, people will gravitate to you. You will find people who are looking for like-minded people such as yourself, high intellect and a lot to say. Even though you're beginning on your spiritual journey, I believe that you've always been this, and you're working on developing uh, language, and you're working on developing the whys, because it's already been part of you. And I feel as though you've been using this throughout your lifetime, but now you're understanding, oh, that's what that was. Oh, that's what they call that. Oh, that, and it's only the, you know, semantics that is developing in your here and now. But I do see a lot of joy, a lot of warmth, and a lot of sort of acceptance. And like Daphne was hinting a little bit, that maybe people don't know how to approach you, or don't know, whether or not to say, do you believe in dreams? Like, have you had these dreams? Because you're scientific, but then the spiritual side of you, the scientific people will be like, well, maybe, just whichever way that you present, and you do have this dualistic energy to you. But I feel as though when you express yourself in an authentic manner, which is the blend of both of these, you're highly intelligent with your language and your presentation, and you have a beautiful insight and intuition that you're growing into. It's going to become second nature. And don't feel like you're behind the eight ball there, because it's like, I don't want to say explosion, but it's a download. It's a download that you'll have this awareness, and it's almost like everything's going to make sense. You're going to have everything put in order. And so it'll come in a download, and it will be like just a new perspective, and you'll feel this, not necessarily permission, but authority, or confidence to be your authentic self. And it will bring you farther, and much more happiness and joy than you ever imagined. So don't hesitate to show people who you are. And what is this book that you want to share with us?
Um, so it makes me so happy that a science teacher who's in a position to spark wonder among young people is looking at this. And Dean Radin, PhD, he's a scientist at the Institute of Noetic Sciences, IONS. He's written a bunch of books about parapsychology, about magical practice. And he looks at them the way a scientist would look at them. It's like, people are loving this, and there's a lot of anecdotes about it. So where's the science behind it? What are we really looking at? So I think Charlotte, if she hasn't discovered his books, I think she'll really, really, really love it. And I'm just so excited for those kids in whatever class she teaches. This is going to be amazing.
And I do feel as though there's going to be a change for you in your profession. Either that, or you're going to pick up a side gig, and start to develop that. But you're not going to have to start at the beginning and learn. Like, I've been at this like over 25 years, but it's accelerated awareness and download that you're going to receive. And you already have that information in you. It's just an activation in your DNA, which I know nothing about, but that activation will give you that perspective, and it'll be like you've gained ages of wisdom. And it's all about just how you look at it. Yeah. Aw.
Yeah.
She loves the book recommendation. Mm-hmm. Just visiting,
fantastic.
read that book. Mm-hmm.
Yay!
And
Just
Dean is
visiting.
also on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is a willing interviewee, and he's so marvelous, just showing up and being very kind, no matter how many times people, it doesn't matter what kind of YouTube channel it is. He's very generous. Charlotte's friends have been surprised. No, oh my God, there's so much science going on around mediumship. Look up the Soul Phone, which is being developed at the University of Arizona. There's a lot of really creative thinkers there. There are a lot of mediums who have been tested by the scientists at the University of Arizona. You're in good company. You're in very good company with combining mediumship and science. Something is out there. We don't have the tools yet to measure it, but there's a lot of really cool stuff happening. Oh, congratulations. You're going to be great.
I would drop the word becoming and say practicing,
Yes.
because you already are. And if it's calling to you, if it's interesting to you and you're being called to it, it means you're remembering. And it means this is your path, your spiritual path, in whatever way you'd like to use it.
Yeah. And I'm prompted to remind her that there are lots of ways to use that skill. Like, I would love to see more people, more mediums work with people in comas and their families. Because I think you could bring a lot of peace to people if you could bridge that gap, right, of consciousness. And I think that's where a lot of the really interesting science is coming from, people who are studying consciousness, who are looking at the physics of mediumship. We are in a golden age of the intuitive arts, and it's just going to get better.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if we have any more time. Yeah, let's just continue. I told you that story that I met that guy one time, but I'll tell you another time. I want to get on with it. Sharon O'Brien. What? And I just wanted to remind everybody, we're not predicting world patterns, global patterns, societal patterns. These are personal, individual readings for you, what you can expect, because it can be simultaneously breaking down out there and you succeeding. So know that, and hold on to that.
Every time I read a news story that upsets me, I say, I insist, I tell the universe, something good must come of this. And I think if that's our collective intention, something good must come from this. We're going to be okay.
Wow.
I know we're going to be okay.
That's beautiful. Something good is going to come from this, and it's going to elevate us in a way that we couldn't have done it in any other way. Beautiful.
Yeah. And go ahead. I was just looking at Sharon O'Brien's, what do you call that style of, a caricature. That's what it is, that drawing. I love that. And the little clover leaf. Yeah. Yeah, your guides are showing me a long string of incarnations that have brought you here to this particular lifetime. And it's not like a heavy burden of things rolling down through lifetimes that you have to resolve this time. It's more a choice of being familiar and having had a lot of really positive experiences. And of course, you probably aren't going to be surprised that a lot of those lifetimes ran through Great Britain, the British Isles, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, England. Yeah, really, really interesting. So I feel like you collected all of these skills and all of these experiences and brought them with you into this lifetime. And it's like I just heard an embarrassment of riches, right? So you have so much to draw on. And why that matters in 2026 is that I see you almost as a conductor of a symphony, stepping up to the podium and raising the baton. So there's a certain level of mastery, there's a certain level of confidence and healthy ego, to be honest. I mean, to be able to step into the spotlight in 2026, I think this is going to be quite an amazing year, the beginning of an amazing decade for you. I don't know what specifically your line of work is, but they're showing me that, you're like top of your game. And what else do they want to say about 2026 for you? There's the usual recommendations to stay grounded and to protect your health, right? By doing all the things we know we must: movement, good nutrition, reducing stress. But your guides are very happy and calm and confident with you going into 2026. That's nice, but what else does she need to know? Okay, thank you. They're showing me that not to let things rock your boat, right? Like, it doesn't matter what those people over there are doing or those people over there are doing. You know, let them be on their spiritual path, because you have your own very shining, very happy, very productive lifetime that you're working on here. And that's what matters: the individual, authentic expression of all your gifts that you've brought forward through many lifetimes. And you're bringing them to bear, you're combining them in a new way. And I think the people around you are just really lucky to know you at this time in your life. So
Beautiful.
I hope that resonates.
Beautiful. Yes, and I was feeling that a lot of the same lines of energy that you were picking up on, Daphne. The first word I heard for you, Miss Sharon, is letting go. And it's going to be a maturing of situations and realities. It's like what was is no longer. So you're free from the ties that was once was. You're going to be overcoming some challenges, and or you have overcome challenges, and now you're ready to step into your power. I do feel there's going to be a new career, a separate career, a side career, something that you're going to be offering services to others in the community. And this is going to build your self confidence. It's going to enable you to let go. And I feel as though there's also going to be a little bit of a breakthrough, or a little bit of a realization. And it's like it's like a lifting of something that may have been holding you back is not going to have its weight anymore. Um, and that has to do with some letting go as well. I do see tarot around you, Miss Sharon. I'm not sure if you're a tarot reader, or if you practice, or if you are, this is really something that you can develop and work on, and explore, and work with. What did you have there, Daphne?
This is the first person I've been inspired to pull a card for. And this one is the Eight of Cups, which is about having mastered so many things, and letting them all go and walking off into the unknown to do something new. And it was so funny, because I was like, I need to draw her a card, a tarot card. And then you're like, I see tarot in your future. It's like, yes, yes, you do.
Well, that's it in a nutshell. That's it in a nutshell. It certainly is. And that's what I feel for you. You're going to be just laying down and letting go of the battles that were just not ever worth it. And that you're going to become a new version of yourself with this self-empowerment, and this new mission, and this new focus. And you're going to have, it's just, I really, I felt it had a lot, and this new career too. And even if you're, around the age of retirement, don't let that skew your thinking, because a career can be, many things at many ages. So, whatever that means for you. So thank you very
Thank you.
much, Miss Sharon. Let us know if that resonates with you. And Mona Lee is next. Mona Lee, and what is messages for making the most of your 2026 for Miss Mona Lee?
They're showing me your avatar, and you know how you have your back to the camera. They show you turning around to face the camera, and actually make eye contact with the audience and with the internet, right? And so that seems to be a boost to confidence, and also a willingness to commit to your positions and to your ideas, and to the people around you. And I think for 2026, being who you are and never apologizing for it, right? We can apologize for our actions, but our essential selves, no, we belong here. We have the same human rights as everybody else. And they're showing me that there's something meaningful about you being willing to go public in whatever way that means to you. Going public, whether it is finally hanging out your shingle, right? And forming your own company, doing your own business. There's something really important about it. You're ready. You've been thinking about this for a long time, and you have everything you need except the assurances, because as Jean said, uncertainty is the name of the game in being a human being, right? None of us know. And, failure is instructive. It's totally fine to try and fail and try and fail and try and fail. It's totally fine. And I think that Mona will not have a problem with failure. I think she is well prepared for whatever this next leap is. But I see you going public and declaring yourself, whether that means leaving your job, leaving a situation, setting up a new business, setting up finally declaring to people, like coming out of the broom closet is what people sometimes say when you go from being a science teacher like Charlotte to, a practicing medium, right? Going public with your skills, your gifts, your talents, your contribution to the world. 2026 is going to exact what they're saying. They're saying it will exact a price. And at the end of it, everything that happened will add up to something wonderful for you. I'm very excited for you. It's not going to be easy, but it'll be wonderful at the end.
Yeah, I do feel, she says, I have a small business and it's doing well locally, but I haven't turned on my payments for my website or Etsy store. I make botanical skincare. Ooh, very nice.
Hey, the plants, they're coming through.
You need to turn on your payments.
Yes.
I don't know what that means, but yeah.
And that makes sense that she would show her beautiful mane as a Leo. That's wonderful. Yes. Yeah, it's time. Turn on those payments. Do not apologize. Get paid, lady. Get paid.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, Mona Lee, what I was seeing for you is you're going to be, now that I'm saying this, maybe you already are, you're taking a leadership role, will be an opportunity, or you're going to be stepping into that leadership role in a more commanding manner. And it's almost like a matriarch of, I don't know if you mentor other people, but you are going to be the example. And unfortunately, or fortunately, it's a thankless job, just like a mother's job would be thankless. It's that you're very much needed and that people need you, and that you have the ability to help guide and instruct others on their path. And however, it's a thankless job, but you will find joy in doing this. And it's not like you're giving anything away for free. Definitely not. Make sure the energy is balanced and cooperative. I do see that you're going to be mentoring somebody, and I do feel it's around work. And it's about finding, it's not about entrepreneurial mentoring. It's about the feeling and about the knowing and about getting through things. It's about the emotional part of entrepreneurial work. It's about the following your instincts. It's about, this type of guidance. What do I do when I feel, and you'll be mentoring somebody, but as you're mentoring somebody, you'll be affirming those lessons for yourself. And this will be a win-win situation for you. And I don't know if you set up your own women's group or something. There's something about you having a group. Maybe you already work with a group, but there's something about having a group of women around you too, Monalee.
Well,
But
she is a full-time nurse,
oh,
and she mentors people to set up gardens. So the plants are already at work in your life. That is fantastic. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So you're right on. Yes, you can handle both. But don't rule out hiring an employee. Do you have to pack up and ship everything, or can someone else put the labels on the boxes, right? So I think you're going to find the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And this is the potentiality for 2026 for everybody here. And I was really surprised at how extremely favorable. But I shouldn't be surprised because our chatters here, our subscribers, our viewers here are really of a unique caliber of the future, and we're all here together as light workers, working towards a better future. And you wouldn't be here unless you were. This was a like-minded passion for you, in whatever capacity, whether you're a spiritual worker or a nurse. It's definitely, you have that ability to see things in a different way. And that we're here in this incarnation to carry this energy into the future. So it's really beautiful.
I love it.
Mhm,
You have such a great viewership. It's really fun to
mhm.
be with them.
Yeah, amazing, amazing
Yeah.
people. I'm telling you, I always say, just because my mug is up here on the thing on the TV does not mean I know anything more than you know. And it's with you and through you that you empower me to keep going and moving forward. So we
Yeah.
all work together. I wouldn't be able to do it without you. You guys inspire me. You guys assist me. I love the assistance all the time. Like when I can't think of a word and everybody puts in the word. It's not easy up here, but I really, really appreciate it. And
Yeah.
speaking of that, I'm going to be having a members only group chat later on today. And I hope y'all come back. And if not, you can watch it later. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's been a while since I haven't seen the members only since for the new year yet. So I wanted to make sure I got it in. And this January 11th is a really strong, in a 1 year is really all those ones are it's an 11-11. So I got
I
to ride
love
with
it.
that energy. And I did
Yes.
see 11-11 before I started my day today. So
Hmm. Very good juju.
absolutely. And don't forget about Daphne's elderberry. You will not be disappointed. Please go back and subscribe to at Relax with Daphne is her YouTube channel. She already has two elderberry uh, sequence. What would you call it?
It's a
Episodes.
healing circle. Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. The episodes, and they're already on her channel, the first two, and then the next one will be.
This Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific. And it's meant to be very relaxing. So you can just come in and receive, right? We're all going to receive from elderberry.
Hmm. Hmm. Um, I don't know how to take that down now that I have it in there.
There we go.
I had to find it. You just move something and it's gone. Well, thank you all very much. Thank you all for being here. I really enjoyed being with everybody today and allowing us to use that random generator. It really does take a lot of pressure off of my back for sure, and allows
Yeah.
me to have a lot more fun with everybody. So, and Secret Charlie, you may want to consider looking into my psychic study practice group
Yeah.
and see if it's something that might be interesting for you if you're on your way to mediumship for sure. But thank you, Daphne, for your energy
Oh,
and for your confidence and for your uh, collaborations with me and just for being you and bringing all of the wisdom and the messages through for the chatters today. I really appreciate it.
thank you, Jean. It's such a pleasure. Always a pleasure to be in your energy.
Well, thanks again. All right, everybody. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.